Happy March 13th, 2025, y'all. Today I'm going to be making this little folio journal, and it's just really cute. It has a journal in the middle, and you're only using two regular size file folders. Let me get this out of the way so I can share with you what we're going to do. So these are just, I'm not using thicker file folders. These are just the cheapy ones, you know? So, I've got instructions here. If you'd like to, take a snapshot, maybe they can help you, and maybe they really stink and don't help you at all. The good thing about this is that each folio doesn't have to be exact. You'll need a scoreboard, a cutting board, and you may want a punch board. You can cut it out yourself. You don't need one. But anyway, so as you can tell, these two are already different, and that is because the first and the second step is folding with your scoreboard and making you're making the edge here, okay? So you can see I intended this one to be the outside one to match, or this one to be the outside one to match this. This has got the bigger piece of file folder on this side, but no big deal. Doesn't matter whichever way you go. Hello, Michelle. So I am still working on my woodland journal. I've put it aside because I thought I better do this while my mind is fresh, or else we will have a bad deal. So I will do a separate video of just this by itself. I added some glossy accents to these cute little guys' eyeballs, and I put a phrase on here. I was going to put some little dot things on the back, but let me flip through real quick. I did add a little charm at the top that says 2025 because it does, it'll flop over and be right there. So this is got a hook and whatever line, hook and line, you guys know it's not Velcro, but it's just the same. So that's going to be there. There's a little pocket here, so this goes in. And this kit, some of you might ask later on, the kit was from Art Smart Crafts, and I do not see that it is still available. So I think she must have retired it. Sorry about that. It was a perfect kit because it's not really big enough for something, but it's big enough for this. So making a journal with it might have been a little bit more difficult. And now it doesn't matter whether you have I would choose a 3 or 5, it doesn't matter. The middle one would be actually perfect, but I don't have any, so I'm going to just go with this. So we have a signature in the middle, and I've just added in these little, all these have little different things here. And this had writing page with it. I added, I think I added, there's 10 total pages. So it would be, well, 9 or 10 pages, counting your coffee dyed paper or whatever paper you would like to add in there. But this is just super cute, and more of little cutes. Oh, I was supposed to tell somebody who this was. I wonder who it was. Oh, well, I'll tell them. I think it was Elizabeth after they're done. Anyway, yeah, that's who it was. So I think this will be super cute after, I want to do another one, and this one came with a lot of extra little, junk, ephemera, I guess we're supposed to call it by its true name, huh? So this is the flip through part of it, and then I'm going to get into how to make this thing. And I hope will go well because I've only made the one, and of course I made a second one so I could have examples. And guess what? The second one messed up. It wasn't the same as the first one. I don't care. You shouldn't care. Another little tab. Now these just are pages, so to write on. Sorry about that. I flipped that out of the way. And I did add a little tab on it with a string so it'd be easier to pull out. This was the only piece that I needed an extra piece of the file folder, but I made the next one smaller and I didn't need it. So there you go. And this has a little pull out section that I just made for each side of this. I don't know if I'll do a separate one. I don't know. And then there's this. Super cute little kitties, I think, though, by George. And then this is the last page. Now this page here is tipped in, is what we call that. That's when it wasn't originally in the folder and you added it later after the fact. So this is it. Now let's get started. Now I do want to point out, if you can see this, the first file folder that we're going to use is going to be the outer, the front and back cover. I don't know, is this too close? And then the next one will be the inside signature part. I don't know if you can see how that's put together there, but let me, well, I don't want to be, I want to be in your face, but I don't want to be in your face. So anyway, this is just a super cutie thing. We're going to figure it out. I didn't put a closure on it because, you know, I mean, it sits pretty flat. So I didn't feel it needed it, seriously. All right. And here I will show you the blank pages just so you can see them, because some of that color kind of blinds you somewhat. So our first one is just the back page. And then the second one is this page here is the second file folder. This one is part of the first file folder, and it's where your signature will be sewn in. And then this piece here is part of the second file folder, and it will glue in as a pocket here. So it is rearranged a little bit differently, and I've put all these different things. You can see this is a lot smaller than the other one. This can go anywhere. It can go in here, it can go there, it can go anywhere. But I put it in the back just because. And then the back page. So, all right, there's some instructions. Let's see what we can do. First thing you're going to do is take your two file folders. You might want to measure your paper you have. I'm finding that I don't like these little creases here. So I'm going to cut right along there. Now, the lady that showed me this was Penny Red and on Timeless Paper Treasures and she, if you are not in Timeless Paper Treasures and you don't understand this, she did it very well. She did have a little mess up, and she did hers. She showed a tutorial as well, and she found it from someone on YouTube that was very confusing, and I don't remember her name. So she cut off just the edge of this. That would give you a longer, more 8.5 by 11 type page. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off because I don't like that. So first things first, get your cutter, play cut, cut. And we're just gonna, the thing you do want to do is make sure that these two, and you might have to adjust, okay? Try to make sure that these two pages, see how much I'm taking off? I'm just trashing that. And I didn't get it quite there, so go figure. Try to get these two as close as you can in the size. So I'm going to like tap them. Well, can't tap them down. You can't tap them down because they're not going to be right if you do. Anyway, you might have to cut a little bit afterwards. So don't be, you know, this is not perfect science here. And I am not perfect science myself. So just never fear. We're just going to go with it. All right, that one I got a little bit better, but get rid of that. Get your scoreboard out. If you don't have one of these, there are, you know, a lot of cutters actually have a separate, you know, blade thing that you can use. So don't worry about, you know, you could use that, or, you know, you can use your ruler. It might be a little harder. Sorry, I'm moving the whole thing, aren't I? All right, put one aside. The second one, just take the the longest piece, the back file. Now, we're going to try to show you here. I'm going to make the spine. You can make the spine any size you wish. I choose to make it a 1/2 inch. So that's where we're starting with this. If you want a 1-inch spine, you want that thing to be mammoth, you will need more than 2 file folders, more than likely. You're going to fold this side over to the 1/2 marker, okay? Now, the reason this one didn't fit was I did both of them to the 1/2 inch mark, and one was just a little bit shorter than the other one. I'm going to make this one just over the 1/2 inch mark because I really want this to be my back cover. I mean, it is just a tiny smidgy. I don't know if you can see that. I'm looking at this right here. That's where, oh, I'm knocking my tea over. But I'm going to just make it over just a little bit, the longest one. And you want to crease these with a bone folder. I like to use that bone folder. So you have a little 1/2 inch flap. Now you're going to flip it over and do it again. And we're going to do again, just a, here I'm not in, I need to move you guys this way, sorry. We're not in frame, but I'm going to make this just a smidgy over, not much, just right on the fat edge of the line. All right. And then we're going to put this like this and score it. So now you see we have our outside score. Now that is probably a little more than a 1/2 inch. If I measure it up against here, it's coming over the line just a smidge. The next one, the second one, since this is the longer one, the shorter one, I want to be right on the 1/2 inch line, okay? So again, fold it over, score it. I think I need you guys this over here. Okay, I'm bringing it inside that line, so I'm catching the very middle of the crease. All right, so I have this flip. Now I'm flipping it over again. I'm turning it this way. I'm going to do it again. You can figure that out if that confuses you by just doing it. You'll say, oh, I already did that side. Well, flip it back over. It's okay. All right, I'm trying to get this to work here. I'm going to make it right in the middle. I press it down with my hand to start with. And then, so there's the second piece. Now this one should fit inside here. You see how that fits together? Can you see? Now you might have a little extra laying over here that you might need to cut off if you have a file folder that's not straight or whatever. Do not worry about that. That's just petty. Petty, petty, petty. Petty, petty, petty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so we have so that gave us our cover, and it gave us the inside for the signature. Now I need to make this page, which we will end up gluing this to the cover, but only if you guys want to take a picture as I go. I tried to write it out so you could see this. So we're going to glue where I have put lines, because this will be a pocket on the front cover. It does not matter if you write on this, on your folder, just don't get too close to the edge, because as you can see, you're not going to fill all of, the space with your paper, okay? And if you do, you can erase it, but don't do it in marker. Okay, so then our second one we're going to do the same thing again on one of the sheets. Now it doesn't matter if you use the bigger or the smaller of the file folder. So let's do that. This is my second file folder, and there's the bigger. I might put the bigger in the back and put the little one in the front. Hey Barbara, how are you today, girl? So I am bringing this over. Now I do want this, oh, you can't see. I want this ledge on top when I'm doing this part, okay? Welcome in, say hi guys. Like this if you I'm putting this folio together, and it's just a cute little folio. I showed it at the beginning, but it's a cute little folio, and it has a signature in the middle, and it has a few little flippy flops, you know, that you can do. So that's what we're doing. We're making that. So I'm up to the top, and I'm bringing it over to the 1/2 inch mark again, scoring it. Now, let's check it out. I don't want to do it wrong here. So I'm making this part, right? Let's put that up there. This is the part I'm making. So the left side will be the shorter side, which should fit this side. That makes sense. This is the first one I did. And then you fold this part in however far you want. Now you could fold it in just a small one and leave a big wide spot. What you're going to put inside this part is a little paper pad thing, okay? So if you want a fat paper pad, and I also thought at this point, you know, if you really want to gung-ho it, guys, I wish I would have put magnets underneath this, so this could have come off and it would have been easier than writing on this and then writing on, you know, I mean, it's okay to write on, but it might have been more fun to put magnets under it. You do you. Okay, so this is the part we're doing, and so you can make this any length you want of a fold. I'm going to make it pretty much the same because I like how the paper shines through over on this side. Am I in frame? I hope. I hope this makes sense. If you guys have questions, please stop me and say, hey. All right. So I'm just going to measure probably, I kind of want it. Now, the only thing you don't want is, okay, so this is my middle line. You don't, hi, Charlotte. You don't want to get right up next to it, okay? Because then you won't be able to open it. See, you need room for this flap to come up and open. And if you have it crammed over here in the center, you can't open it. So stay away from the very, very edge in center, okay? I'm gonna make it about there. Let me find my bone folder. All right, there we go. So that is our second page. This is the example I'm using. Okay, that's going to be our page 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's where the paper pad's going. And then our spine, which is the inside of the other one's going to be there. So we're putting this aside. This is the one I'm cutting for you guys now. You're welcome. So this will be in here. All right. Now let's go back to this example. Now I'm going to pull, okay, so this is the center where the signature is going to be sewn in. Does that make sense so far? This is the part that we're going to be doing next, all right? So this is another piece of the file folder. It's the last piece of the file folder that we have, okay? And again, you don't want this to go, okay, so this is where I screwed up the last time. I didn't measure it. I did the whole half thing, and then I ended up cutting it off because it didn't fit. So I'm going to use this is an example, and I will tell you where it needs to go. How about, it's about right in here. So let me measure. Nah, needs to go over a little bit. I think by the time I smush it, it'll be, all right, I think this will work. I'll measure this for you because I don't have this measure for you. Well, hold on. Let me get a measuring stick. There's the very center. So I'm making this about 5 1/4 inches for this time. All right. Now, we need to share the 5 1/2. Okay, so this is the part that will be inside the back. I hope I can. Is that too much light on this? Maybe I need to. Well, it might be all right. This is going to be here. So this has to fit in this part. And then, and you can make any kind of pockets. If you mess up, just make it a different style of pocket. It doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. That's the beauty of this. So this part, oh, no, this will be over here. I'm sorry, I'm doing it wrong again. This is going to be over here, and this is going to flip over this direction. You're going to have room on this side, and this will flip this way. Actually, it won't. It shouldn't have that much room. Okay, so I need to make a little flippy-do here, but I need, this is going to be my extra little flippy-do that is my tip-in that I showed you. All right, so I'm just going to bend it for now. I'm going to cut it. Let me get rid of this. I'm going to cut this side right here where I made that little bendy crease thing. This cutter is a little hard to see where you have your stuff, but I'll make it work. Okay. So don't let me mess up my piles, guys. I'm working, I should have made those a different color so you knew which one I was working on. This is my example. If you need to take a picture of that, I don't know if I showed you. I probably should go through and show you everything. This will glue to the inside of, there's that. I need to come down so you guys are in frame. This will glue over here, and then it'll be here. All right. And then we're going to take this extra little piece and make this. So this needs to be cut a little shorter. Let me get my cutter back out. Hey, T. Hi for a few minutes. Okay, so I want this to be kind of shorter. I'm doing what Penny taught us. I asked her, she said it was fine if I did it. So I'm going to just use it about this size, okay? So here's the one I'm putting together. This goes here. We have a little flip. We're going to put a pad of paper here. We're going to do this. I did the, now this piece will go here and will be flipped here, all right? And then this will be a tip-in here. So I want this to look kind of like a file folder, all right, to match kind of the rest of that. So that's when I'm going to pull out. If you have a big one, use a big one. If you have a little one, this is the mini punch board. Use it. It don't matter. It really doesn't matter. Okay, I'm going to find the center, though, of this. 3 1/8. I'm trying to do, I'll be back to my woodland thing next week because I didn't want to forget how to do this. And I know me. All right, you can make this as thick as you want. The file folder, I think I might pull it out to 2 inches just for fun because I made it longer. Punch, and I'm going to go to the 2 inch on this end. Oops, it's right in there. Punch and make a nice long file folder. Let me get rid of this. I've had 2 of these replaced, guys, so word of wise wisdom, whatever. And the reason I'm pulling it out to the edges, it makes it a little easier to cut because you're going to cut these little edges off to make the file folder look, right? Now remember, when you're cutting straight, you want to keep this part next to that if you want it to be straight. Flip it over, flip it over. Oh, I think I might have, oh, too late. Well, there, good enough, good enough, good enough. All right. Now we should have everything. Hey, Angie, we should have everything together for this to start. Now, I want to, this will go here. All right. So the things you want to do at this point, let me show you this if you guys want to take pictures of all the instructions that I've written down here. I've numbered the pages in the order that I have them, and I have given the instructions on each page. So I'm going to do that just for you, just so you can have the instructions. And I might do it like that so you can actually see. And that's for people that just want a picture while we're flipping. So snap fast or go back. So this will be here. Now I'm going to add a support, actually one of those pieces that I cut off of the bottom of this. I don't think I added that in there, you know. Oh, I did cut bottom off. Okay. I could use one of those pieces to support this. Now this time I am going to sew the signature in to this piece. Let me give you this picture first if you're taking pictures. And let me open it up. I'm going to show you so you have, so you can see shadows and stuff. But I'm going to sew it into here. And then after I sew it in, I'm going to add a little bit of support system here by just another file folder. And then this will glue to that. Okay. So there is that. When we're flipping this open, this will be your, oh, did I screw up? Because page numbers are out of order. Oh, see, it's 10, 10A, I 11. Anyway, it works. Just go with me. So that will be back over here. And then this will be here. Now I've added, let me scoot this over so you can see. And you can see that there's a lip here. I'll try to make it obvious in case you are taking pictures, just for your own little benefits here. This will go this direction. And then the back page. So that should allow you instructions to take pictures. All right, now. So the one we made is a little smidgy different than this, but don't let that bother you. So this one's back to the, like this one, where the longer part is there. And I told you the little secret about that. So, but I think you can see as we go along, this will be this, and this will, wait a minute. Yes, this will make a pocket here, and then it'll flip out. You can add your little Velcro if you wish, or your little, whatever you want to call that stuff, if you have something different named. And then you fold this, which will be this page. And these tabs, you can put stuff on them if you want. Okay, so then we're going to do the next page and the next page, and then your signature is going to go in the middle, sewed in here. Is this all making sense to you guys? If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, you know, don't bad me. All right, so then this I made shorter because I wanted only to use 2 file folders. See, this one I left big, and so I shortened it. So this is a little shorter than the original. And then we're going to fold that one over. And then this, you know, and if you want this to be a bigger pocket, you can either put a little half round, or you can even Velcro this down if you wanted to, or you know, you could cut it down, make this a little shorter so you can have this same type flip if you like this pocket, sorry, not flip. And then this is this, and you can put, see how I made the little half moon there on that side, put something in it, and then flip it over, and that will be a little half moon there again to make that. You're going to tape that in with washi tape or whatever, and then the back page will be that. So the things that you want to do at this point is you're going to have to round your corners. You're going to have to distress your all your edges before you go gluing anything. Inside, outside, everything. Just go for it. And then you pull whatever paper you want. And don't forget to, I don't know what I want as my cover, but if I want this butterfly to be centered or whatever, I thought I would use this. So let's move this over. Then there is some lining up that you need to do in the middle, okay? When you're putting a page side by side like this, just make sure you're making these the same height and you're lining them up across. Otherwise, I did not get, this page was boring and I didn't have enough ephemera, so I fussy cutted these out. And then, of course, when I put the glue down, it stuck, and I was using art glitter glue and it was off. It looked unbalanced, so I just added another piece on there, and y'all can't tell it, can you? Not much anyway. So just make sure they're across and that you're keeping them about the same distance from the edges as you're doing it, and it will look folio-ish and nicer. You can tell I did it over here and this one was crooked. You may have to adjust by cutting the edges. I did on the other one. It doesn't look like this one I'm going to need to, honestly. That's pretty darn good myself, I think. Woohoo, look at Joy. I did a good job. Okay, we're not going to brag on myself. All right, so you may not want to choose, I see this has an edge around it, a distress edge around it. You may not want to choose one that has a distress edge around it, because if you cut it off, you know, think about your papers, how you want them. The reason I'm choosing this is, look at how ugly this is. My printer hates me, and I had printed the backs on all of this. All right, so let's pretend this is going to be my cover, and I'm going to only do one page for you guys, and then I'll be done, okay? I'm going to do all the edges first. Snip, snap, snip. Now, I don't do these edges. I only do the straight corner edge. That's all I'm doing, all right? Now, the way you're going to put these pages on here, I'm going to put this on there, so let me get some ink on it so you can, I better ink or else I'll stink, right? I don't know, I might want to use a different ink. This isn't going to be, is it all dried up? I don't know. And you can make it as dark as you want or light as you want or whatever. I'm just going to do this part for you guys just so you can kind of see how I actually cut the pages, because to me, that's hard. It's not easy to cut a darn page. Now, this would work better if I was down and coming off of the edge like this to distress. You'd get a lot more color. I just don't have anything to do it with at the moment. So I'm going to do this. This is what we junk journalists do, right? And this one will have a little weird edge corner on it too, so I can show you how I adapted to that as well. I feel like I really need to, I don't want to use, it's not giving me what I want. Let me grab a piece of scrap so I can lay it down and actually do it from off of the page, and it'll get, see how much, it just is so much better when you do that, in my opinion. All right, we're going to cut, first of all, this. Figure out where you want. If I wanted this to be centered, I would center it up, this butterfly. If I don't want to waste paper, leave it off center. Does it really matter to me? I don't know. You know, I kind of like it off center. Do I want that for my cover? I think I might want some. Hold on. I picked out a few options for my cover. I might use this as my cover instead. All right. Because I like how that, and I'm going to use the other half for the back side. All right, so I want to make sure I'm keeping edges about right. So all I'm doing is I'm laying it down, looking at this side, I'm looking at that, I'm looking at this, and then I'm going to mark with pencil, so it can, oops, sorry, I rocked y'all's world, where I want to cut it. So I'm going to mark it one spot. I'm not going to mark it at this end and this end. I was at first. I'm not going to do that. This is where I change cutters because I don't care for the cutter. This big honking cutter that I was using is, you can't really see. I like this one because it has a wire line in it. There's a wire in there, and that really helps you when you need precision. So I'm going to line it up. Am I in frame? I hope. I can't see. I am. Okay. I'm going to line it up in the center of that. Always hold your cutter down when you're cutting, guys. I don't know. I'm sure y'all know that, but there may be some new people in here, and I know there is one new person in here. All right. So now I want my corners edged on this, and I'm going to show you how to do that. First of all, I'm going to edge them all, and then I'm going to adjust. All right. Don't forget to ink before you stink these pages as well. Before we do, well, we need to cut it first. All right, so that little weird edge right there, can you see how it's fitting together? If this was up here like that, I wouldn't want to put it there. I would just kind of draw it over. I would probably like put it behind it and kind of follow the lead and draw it on. Am I in frame? And draw it on there and then cut it is what I would do. But then this is ready to go. If you wanted to put something down under here so it doesn't show numbers or something, then you would want to do that first too. So, wow, this went pretty quick. I guess I can keep putting this together if you guys don't mind. Might as well, huh? I mean, it's a lot of ink, and I couldn't do this ahead of time and show you. That's the problem. Now, I use art glitter glue. I do like to use it. So, is there any questions about the process, you guys? Did I confuse you, or are you all good with this? I mean, to me, it went well. Everything matched up and everything. As we're putting this down, if you do, or if you're watching later, just make sure you get the edges where you want them quickly before it gives. And I use there you go. Now, if you wanted to put something to frame it, I might put a phrase on the front of this. All right, that's going to be my front, and I'm going to use the other piece as my back because if you, let me show you. So if you're flipping it, you can see that okay, make a liar out of me. Oh, it's this. I use this side, and then I flip it, and the other side of his face is there. So, but it's a minor detail, but no, this is a printable. I believe it is a Junk with Steph printable. And I do not know the name of it. My bad. So sorry. This is fitting pretty good. I do like the way this fits. I need to ink the rest. I'm going to ink around this. Even if you don't think you're inking very much, even if you get the edges, because this little white edge, when you're looking at it from something dark, will show up. So be sure to even, if you don't feel like you're doing anything, do it anyway to make it edge up. Okay. I do want to make these edges here. I'm going to do it like this. Squeak, 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 squeak. Squeak, 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 squeak. And I'm going to do the tops and the bottoms. And then I'm going to do that. Oops. Come on. I wanted to show the whole process, even because I was afraid I would run out of time and not be able to show the whole process. And I wanted to make it quick for those that wanted to move on. And if you want to hang around, you're welcome to, because pretty much this is just finishing pieces up. But just remember, it doesn't really matter where you are putting which piece. It really doesn't matter. If it fits one way better than the other way, make it that way. It's okay. Just have to let her go. Man, I think my ink needs to be refreshed. It's dried up and I haven't hardly used the darn thing, I don't think. I'll give it a little 1-2 after we're off here. All right. Let's make sure this will match. Okay, this is the edge I'm talking about up here then. So I want to put it where it's at, where it needs to be. I'm going to flip it over. I moved it, darn it. I did answer your questions. This is a printable, and I believe it is Junk with Steph, but I would have to look it up. All right, just because I went along this edge and I did that, you have to go inside that edge, remember, by however much you're going to need it. So I need to go in by like 1/8 of an inch. You have to pay attention, Michelle. I gotta give you sillies. That's all right. I'm gonna go the other way so I can actually see. All right, so I'm gonna go in 1/8 of an inch, and don't forget to ink again. All right, let's see how good it did with it. Before I put it down, okay, this little corner needs to be rounded better because this is round. So we're gonna round it just a smidge more. Re-ink. Ink, not cut. Okay. It's pretty good. Will look good. The only problem is this side and this side, there's not room. Maybe you have enough in a kit that you can put something on there, or like with this one, by the time I inked it, I just put an edge. You had another question on there? What was the other question? I do not see another question. Can you give me your second question again? Because the butterfly is the last question I see. I'm here for the duration. If you've messed up paper on the back side, this is a good little project because everything's going to be front side up, and you're not going to have to worry about stuff, you know. Okay, let me get this on, and then I will answer your question after I look at it. Oop. Oh, you didn't. Oh. No. Sorry. I didn't. Okay. I see now. You said if I order the file folders, I only need 2. I would get 3 in case you screw up, but you can't buy full folders one at a time, I don't believe. You have to buy them a dozen at a time. You can go to Dollar Tree. They have cheap folders for $1.25. So do that. Sorry. I'm sorry. All right. So this is the innards of the cover. I am so sorry. I'm just like those people that you hate that don't answer your question. You'll send them questions and they only give you part of it because they read and they stopped, and I did exactly the same thing that I just can't stand people do. I'm sorry. I really need this refreshed here. It does not want to work with me. Very good. You can get them also, you know, if you go to a thrift store, they usually always have file folders. There are a lot of thrift stores have them quite often. So I would check a thrift store. If you go to Goodwill, you're gonna pay more, but you might get a better quality one. If you get, they make different weight of the folders, and the ones from Dollar Tree are a little bit less expensive because they're a little cheaper made, but they're fine for this. It will make your journal a little bit thinner, it'll make it thinner. So no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and do the insides of this as well. I'm glad you guys are hanging with me. Thanks for being here today. Oops. Well, I guess I got to do that, because this will show. It might. Okay, it's probably not going to show as much, but you do want to make sure that edge is done. All right, so I'm flipping this back. And you can do this with paper and make your own file folders, for that matter. I mean, if you want to be real energetic, you just cut like a file folder and do your own thing. I mean, there's so many options to this style of folio. But Mystic Mizzy, is that what's her name? I don't know what Penny said was the name of the lady. All right, so the inside. All right, think about this. The inside, you're only going to show this much, so you don't really need to waste your pretty paper, except for however far this is going to be on there. All right, so you only got to put paper from here to here, a little over, so it doesn't show through in your pocket. I don't know if you can see, I cheated, and I went in probably to about here, which is a good measure, I would say. I think I will do the same. So this is going to be about yonder who. So I need to mark it about somewhere about right in here, just for fun, to make this work. Oh, she's going to attempt it. Well, if you have any questions later, you know where I'm at. Come and see me. Come and see me. Oopsie. I didn't know Dollar Tree delivered. I guess they do. I don't know. Do they really? All right. So we're going to... You don't have to do this corner because it's going to be under this piece. So don't worry about that. You just got to do that piece and this piece. And then that'll be good. This is a fun project. It really is. And I kind of wanted to keep going. I had all of the woodland stuff all over my desk. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I really should keep going with it. But I was afraid I wouldn't be able to remember this. And so I just decided, forget it. I'll just show you guys today and go back to the woodland later. Maybe a little variety in betwixt might help y'all to, keep your interest a little bit. I did work on the woodland journal as well after the other day, so I still have it. It's getting kind of chubby, but it's not where I want it to be yet, I'm glad you loved my inks. Oh, sure. Sorry, I have to lift up the thing because the silly little heart over there is in the way. All right, so then this is going here, and this will be glued down, but, more silly inking. Let's get this out of the way. Oh, I rock in you guys' world again. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't need that side necessarily, but I do need this side done. You can avoid doing some of it. What's everybody doing today? All you little quiet people out there. What are you guys doing? Are you having craft up? Round the corners. Round the corner, round the corner. Normally I would go through and round all the corners, get it out of the way, but I'm just doing it because I can right now. Now on my other one, when I actually adjusted something, I ended up with this being like cut off and it was flat, and so I made my own. I just used this as a template from another file folder, and I just took it in and cut it off and made my own and made it come out. And you could do that with this too if you would like that to be longer. You don't have to, if you think this isn't long enough from there to there, you certainly can adjust it with your envelope punch board. So I have to ink all of this or it won't work. I mean, I have to ink it before I glue anything. Otherwise, I'll be up the creek without the paddle. Now, I didn't show you guys how to make your, the little, I don't want this ink on me. I didn't show you how to make this, but more or less, just cut your papers, and if you want them shorter, if you want them all the size, same size, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, wait a minute. Whatever you want to do. I just took them all up and I put a piece of paper, which I flipped over, you know, I just flipped it over. I stapled the papers together. Then I put the extra piece of paper on top, which I flipped over and put it on top of it and glued it down. And then I glued it to the back. And like I said, if you wanted this to come off, you could put magnets, and the magnets would need to go under there now. You couldn't wait on that. That would have to be a right now process before you get going. My thing is getting sad, isn't it? I'm rubbing too much with this. It's falling apart. Whatever. It's okay, Joey. It's okay. What's everybody doing today? You guys are so quiet. Being quiet. Resting quiet. I went and ate breakfast this morning with my swim ladies, and it was good to see them. The pool's been closed for a couple weeks or so, and so they're building walls, I hear. I'm like, really? They're building walls? Where are they putting a wall? Evidently, it's not in the pool. So, because they're made of construction type paper. Oh, see you later, Miss T. You know, Angie, I didn't add you. Angie, are you still in here? Tell me if you're here, because I don't want to talk if you're not here. If you are here. Okay, now you don't need to do under this because that will be, oh yes you do. Never mind, disregard. You have to do it all. Oh, you are here. Did you want to be added? Because I think Michelle said to add you to the chat group, and I don't want to add you without your permission. I didn't see you say yes, I wanted to be added. So if anybody wants to, you know, we craft every night together on Messenger, and you're more than welcome to come in. I could join, you know, have you join the group, but I would need to see what your Facebook name is in order to do so. But if you want to be added, say yay or nay, and then I won't add you until you tell me you want to be added. And if you do, you need to probably mute notifications if you don't want to hear us over and over again, because we do come in pretty much every night. We have so here's the other thing. We have a day chat, it's Messenger, and we have a night chat. So, it's a JJ with Joy. I think the one says daytime JJ with Joy, and the other one just says JJ with Joy. But the deal is that the daytime one, you know, us crafters don't get up very early. And so we're on Central Time. Everything's on Central Time. So we start around 10. If we do come in, it could be any time from 10 to 2. Or, you know, it could be any time from like 10 to 4 to 5 maybe. But even if we're in that chat, we will stop that chat and go over to night chat. And night chat goes anywhere from usually around 6 to midnight. So, you know, thereabouts. I mean, if we have people in there and nobody has to sleep, hey, we're up and we're at it and we keep it going. So, you know, that might be your decision. That's why I tell people you may want to look for us and turn off your notifications, because we are definitely in night chat most every night. Day chat, random. It's random. Seriously. It could be maybe, well, it depends. And if I'm gone, which I'm going to be gone on vacation, you would have to do night chats. Okay. I'll put you in the night chat. You might, can you message me? Let's see, if you don't want to put your Facebook name on here, send me a message at jjwithjoy@gmail.com and say this is art by Angie B. And if you're not the same name, if you're the same name, I'll find you. But if you're not the same name, then I just didn't want to add anybody that didn't want to be added, you know. And some people, I think most of the people keep the notifications off and then they forget to come look. But we love new people, so never fear. We're always there, pretty much. Elizabeth will open it up sometimes when I'm gone, but a lot of people just say, "Oh, Joy's gone. We can't survive without Joy." Right. Okay, when you're putting this on any page, you want to, okay, so I'm going to put it and match it up at the bottom, but you want to fold this page up and then make sure that if you're putting it like right on the line and then you fold it, it might be in the way if you're gluing it. So just make sure that you're aware of that. So this is going to be glued. And another thing to be aware of while you're gluing is watch. Don't go glue by this, but watch this, because you could have an issue. Seeing that kind of looks off. I might move this up. I think I will move this up so you can see that, and that would look, well, that might show. See, that's going to show because I didn't do it, and this is shorter. I guess that would be the issue with not going all the way across. But people don't typically look at the bottom of the book as they do the top of the book when they're reading something up here. So I think I might try to line it kind of in betwixt there. But if you have different levels, like if this was what you were gluing here, you just got to be aware that you're not gluing where glue doesn't go, because it will show on your ink. It'll make a little shiny spot on your ink. All right, this is the file pocket side. So I'm going along here. And we're going to do, oh, see, that's so bad. You know, maybe I should put it on the bottom and then I could put something there. I think, let's get this, make sure it's over. When I put here's a way I can get around that. So I did match it up at the bottom so it doesn't look off. But when I put you know, like this or something, I could maybe put another piece under it and then put this on top or something, you know, words. All right, this is going to be our little pad of paper. If you want magnets, do it now. Do it now, now, now. And then you would put the magnets here, and you would also put them on the back of your paper pad, and then they would snap together. Let's see. All right. The way I put this together, I paid attention because I wanted not the same cats on the same page. And so I made sure that this flowed across there, and then also flowed across here. So this was one page, and then this was a fill-in page for that. Do you see what I mean? You know, you might want it random. You may use paper that's random, but if you're not, be aware of that as well. All right. So this probably needs to go here. If I do this here, that's going to be to here. Then will I have room over there? I will. So I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so you see this is lower, so I've got to cut off there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up. Can you guys see? Yes. I'm going to move this up so I can see that about 1/8 of an inch away is where I want to cut on this. Does this seem difficult to you guys, or does it seem easy? Am I explaining it good? I'm trying to find where my little mark is. Is it confusing? Wow, where is the line? There it is. I hope that I'm explaining it well enough that there's no issues. Now, oh, I am going to need this cut. So because that goes there, like that, then I need to mark it up here to make this fit. So I'm going to cut that off as well. And we're going to do it right amongst this, right there. Okay, get rid of that little piece. Now we're going to do these little corners. Oh, and I'm past time. My honey's in a shower. So if you guys want me to finish this piece, I can do that. If you want me to go away, I can do that too. It takes so long to ink. You know, it would be really cool if this was all sewed around too. I mean, I'm not that energetic, but you know, just saying it would be. Okay, so see, I have this little niche corner. This is what I was talking about. You don't want that to look like that. So I'm going to draw it on and just cut it is what I'm going to do. So we're going to go there. It comes down and about there. Finish it. How did I know you were going to say that, Michelle? Okay, don't forget to ink that after you've cut. See how much better that looks when you do that? Okay. I was going to say I did do the right side. Did I not? Please tell me I did. Oh, he's almost done. I might be out of time. I might be out of time. Whoop, whoop. Go over. Hurry. Oh, silly little thing. All right, because I want this to flow, I'm going to put the other piece left. This paper is kind of forgiving as far as putting the pieces together. I'm trying to get this on while I try to cut the other side. Goodness gracious. All right. Oh, see, I have way too much space. Darn it. Darn it. That will not work. Okay, well, hopefully we don't care. I might have another piece cut that I could use the other side. Let me see if that's the case. I'm looking for the butterfly. I'm looking for that one. It just makes me sad. I printed all this and it's all bad on the back, so I can't use it on the back. I mean, here. Okay, this is the same page. Hi, yay, I'm lucky girl. Lucky girl. Okay, well, the problem with that is it's going to be more and then less. So would that look silly? I don't know. Would it? I don't know. We'll do it anyway. Honey's drying his hair, so it's almost time for us to go eat dinner. All right. I'm measuring this, the little 1/8 inch, and here's where it's the edge, so I'm going to do an 1/8 inch here. Where's my mark? There it is. Good thing pencil shines a little bit. All right. So I need to make sure that I'm keeping this line going straight across and not messing it up so it looks dopey when you open it. All right. So up here, I need to scoot it over a smidge to get... Oh, see that? I was going to make it to this, but I need to make it to this. So I need to scooch it from this way. So line her up along the bottom and then make it an 1/8 inch this way. And where am I? I'm like right here, if I can see it. Sorry if you guys can't see me measuring to line up. All right. That went up, this went down. I'm not going to worry about it because of that. So this will be about there. I'm going to flip this over so I can do this edge. Actually, you know what? I like the other way better, I think. I'm going to go down this way and like that. A little more, a teeny wee more. There. Up. Gotta trim it, you guys. Help, help, help. I forgot to trim it. I don't know if that'll look bad or not. Let's see if I will. I probably won't. I mean, it kind of looks like part of it, doesn't it? Pretty much. It's an overlap, but that's all right. Oh, look at that. Wait a minute. So if that's there, I did not get it. It's all right, I guess. It really needs to be a smidge shorter, doesn't it? Just a smidge shorter. Darn it. Lots of adjusting. All right, I'm going to smidgy it. Smidgy cut it. Smidgy cut it. Boy, it's so small. All right. Do that again. And I gotta do this again. I gotta do that again. Wah, wah, wah. Oh. Gotta recut this because I cut part of it off. There we go. Poof. Poof, poof, poof. I hope this has been interesting to you guys. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, please do. I appreciate that. And I also appreciate any subscription that you would give me. If you want to see more from me, you know, and ring the bell. Choose all notifications. You'll get everything from me. It's always fun, right? Always helps the algorithm if you watch them and all that fun stuff too. All right, we're going right, whoop, 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 whoop. Right there. All right, that's all for me today, guys. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Remember, your day is full of choices. So choose joy, and I will see you again. This is what, Thursday? I'll see you Monday. I'm on Mondays at 7:30 Central Time, and I'll add paper here that matches that. And I'm on Thursdays at 3. So thanks for being here. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of it.